Families have always been the center of what we do. And without their advocacy, dedication, and tenacity, we probably would not be here today. They have a dream for a different life for their sons and daughters. And I'm very pleased to welcome Anne Cross, who actually brought us to Ottawa. She's been a pioneer for the families that were funded by the Ministry of Children's Community and Social Services. And it's fitting that her advocacy that we are actually on this beautiful site today. Anne, I welcome you.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending this event and helping us to celebrate the opening of our newly renovated Quincy home. Quincy is home to Ryan Pollux, Alex Galway, and Scott McKay. The slip there was due to my name was Mackay, spelled the same as McKay. These three young men have lived together for over 20 years and are brothers in the true sense of the word. Although a long time coming, we are so happy to have the construction completed. Many thanks to Mike and Joey, and also Brent, and perhaps many other workers, for their expertise and labor in getting this magnificent job completed. A very special thank you to Brian Dunn for successfully obtaining permits from the city and negotiating with architects and builders. Staff, residents, and parents are thrilled to be back home at Quincy. Thanks also to the many staff at Participation House London who helped plan and coordinate this event. It all began when Joan Curry, a good friend of ours in London, told us, Helen Pollux, Sandy Walters, and me, about this wonderful agency in London, Participation House Support Services London and area. We were invited to visit the offices, several homes, and the day program. We had visited many agencies and homes in Ottawa, but Participation House and their staff blew us away. To see people walking the talk and enjoying their jobs brought tears to our eyes. When the ministry asked us who we would like to care for our three gentlemen, we jumped at the opportunity to choose Participation House, now known as PHSS Medical and Complex Care in Community. About 7 years ago, the McKay Cross Foundation bought the home for Ryan, Alex, and Scott. After PHSS assumed care of the fellows, they also purchased the house from the foundation. It was PHSS who took responsibility for organizing the renovation project and bringing the home up to code, for which we are eternally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, for your advocacy, your advice, and your friendship. So that was the beginning of our journey.
I'm just going to take you.
So that was the beginning of our journey. And then another family found us when they started going across the province looking for a support network for their daughter. And I'm very pleased to welcome Carol and Alan Perks to say a few words.
Good morning. I'm not used to doing this sort of thing. I'm just going to talk to you, okay? I bring you greetings from the Perks family. My husband Alan is with me and he'll have a few words for you. And Megan, our daughter, shares a lovely renovated home in a comfortable bungalow in Orleans. And she's beautifully looked after. And she's, I'm sure, online this morning, hoping that she can watch what's happening here today as well. It's a day of joy and thanksgiving for us this morning. We are so happy that PHSS has found us and brought themselves to us in Ottawa as well. When Brian first asked me if I would speak about our journey and how we found the PHSS family, because that's to me what it feels like. We belong to the family. Our family has grown and we're just a little family of 3. So it's wonderful to have so many new brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles. And we all seem to care lovely and lovingly for each other. When I spoke to Megan and asked her if it would be all right if I just shared a little bit about her story, because without my Megan, we wouldn't be here either, probably. And she said, sure, go ahead, Mom, it's okay. So she was in her 20s, living at home with us, and not too much was happening. School was over, and I knew she was lonely and a little bit isolated and wondered what to do about it. Couldn't figure out what to do about it in Ottawa, but I heard of a transitional living program in Toronto that sounded interesting. So Megan and I put ourselves in our van and off we went to Toronto, 2 of us. And we did the intake interview with a nurse and a social worker. And at the end of it, they suggested to us that it would not be a good fit for Megan because she was going to be too far away from us. And at that point, we weren't thinking of moving. We hadn't gotten that far in our thought process, but they felt that the distance was too great and it would just exacerbate what was already happening in her life. But they knew of a transitional living program in Ottawa, which we did not know anything about. And they put us in touch with the people here. And yes, indeed, we had another interview and she was accepted and she said, yes, she would give it a shot. So she did. She went and lived under an agency, and that was very difficult for Megan to leave home. When you're an only child and you get lots of attention because you're the only child, she had to learn to live without us, and that was very, very difficult for a time. But she got through it. She got through it. And in a little while, because it's a transitional living situation, we're hoping you're going to learn some skills and you're going to find out what it's like to not live with mom and dad any longer. She decided that she'd like to try another kind of living, and she was able to choose for herself a group home situation, which she went to out in the West End. And she was there for some time, and it worked very well for a while. But then she thought, no, this isn't exactly what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my life. And she left. She came back. This was her second opportunity then to be under a second agency as well, other different agencies caring for her. She had an opportunity then to come back to her original agency who had run the transitional living program. They had set up a new building and there were 11 units in it. So she was offered an apartment and she never wanted to live in an apartment, but she thought, well, okay, I'll give that a try. So indeed she did. It's a little bit difficult, a little bit tricky. The 11 people had to share all the care and all the staff in the building at the same time. And as a result of that, a lot of times you lived your life according to your booking times. What that means is you'll have a set time for breakfast and a set time for lunch and a set time maybe for the washroom in the afternoon. And you have to try and meet those times. So life got a little bit regimented and lonely again. We saw loneliness setting in again because she was spending a lot of time alone in her apartment. And we thought, no, that's not the answer either. So I'm going to let Alan tell you what we did next.
Thank you, Carol. There's not much I can add to the picture other than when we realized we needed another approach for our daughter's life. The funding of care and living and housing is complex, you know. So we decided to do the road trip. So we did a road trip. We traveled all up and down the province. We visited 8 or 10 or 12 agencies, and we ended up in PHSS's home in Ottawa, in London. And we were so impressed, just like the previous speaker. We said, that's what we want. We were on the verge of moving to London, and Brian said, why would you move down here? We got a house in Ottawa, and we're happy to meet your needs in Ottawa. And so instead of selling our house and moving out, we started looking around for a house in Ottawa, and we advocated with the Champlain Lynn at the time, which was a very caring organization. We played whack-a-mole with them for 3 or 4 years, saying we're here, please provide money and support for PHSS to come to Ottawa, not only for our needs, but for others. And lo and behold, the Eagle landed on the moon. At some point, we saw the note come in that said funding approved. And at the time, you know, we were just ecstatic to have our daughter invited. And so here we are. Our compliments to the Champlain Lynn and the people in Ontario Health that come out of it. And most of all to the PHSS people, because I've heard our daughter say for the first time, I'm living my dream. Thank you.
Such importance of family. So we would like to ask Anne to come up. We have a little token for you, for your advocacy, your support, and your friendship. Carol and Alan, we have a little momentum of today as well for you.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
We're also very pleased that the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, is bringing greetings to us this morning.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sylvia Jones, Ontario's Deputy Premier and Minister of Health. I would like to welcome everyone to today's open house and congratulate PHSS Medical and Complex Care in Community on the opening of 4 new homes in Ottawa. Guided by families and catering to their unique needs, PHSS is an organization that brings patient-centered care to life. By giving individuals and families the power to shape service design, development, and delivery, your home-like assisted living services are making a tremendous difference for adults with complex needs. My sincere thanks to all the PHSS staff, volunteers, leadership and their family and community partners for all you do to support people with complex needs and their families. Because of you, parents can be reassured that their adult children are receiving quality care that is safe, secure, and designed with their specific needs in mind. Thank you. I wish you a successful open house.
Thank you, Minister. We also have greetings from our federal partners, and I'm very pleased that Peter Fracaratis, who is the MP for London North Centre, is bringing us greetings also this morning. We also have greetings from Marie-France Lalonde and from Carla Qualtrough.
Hi everyone, it's Peter Fragascatos, Member of Parliament in London North Centre. Thank you very much for inviting me to today's event. Unfortunately, I can't be there because of parliamentary duties, but I did want to provide a message of support to PHSS as it opens 4 new locations in Ottawa. This is a very important day for the organization, and I can tell those in the room that maybe don't know PHSS as well, that in London they've carried out such incredibly important work, doing the very hard work, in fact, of working with individuals that have complex needs, providing them with wraparound supports, 24-hour supports, in fact, that makes a difference. That makes a difference, obviously, for the individuals impacted, their families, but also the wider community. This is the kind of compassionate approach that truly is something that we need to see more of in Canada. It's organizations that have the specialized knowledge to carry that out. And you are bringing, of course, that compassion of the season forward. So it's quite appropriate that all of this is happening in December, if I can put it that way. Once again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone, and continued success for the future.
Thank you, Peter. Of course, none of this is possible without our ministry partners. And we have a message from the Regional Director for MCCSS, the Ministry of Children's, Community and Social Services, Jeff Gill, who unfortunately could not be with us today. On behalf of the regional office, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate PHSS for your leadership in working to increase community capacity to support individuals with medical and complex needs. We see the opening of these homes as an excellent complement to the range of services available to vulnerable individuals in Ontario. Supporting individuals requires the collaboration of different sectors coming together to explore and develop innovative options to meet their needs. The accomplishment you are celebrating today is certainly one of the many examples we have in our community of all that can be accomplished by working together. On behalf of the regional office, we wish you the best in pursuing this new and exciting venture. We have been blessed with our partnerships with our ministries, and I am delighted that Ren I always get this mixed up with changing their names, you know, who is the lead plan and implementation lead for Ontario Health East. And I'm delighted to invite Ren Lepovitz to say a few words.
I used to be the Lynn.
I know.
Good morning. My name is Renee Leibovitz Peltier, and I'm delighted to be here on behalf of Ontario Health East as we celebrate, the official opening of PHSS's supportive housing homes in Ottawa. Today is an exciting day, and as someone who has personally worked on this initiative for several years, I'm thrilled to see PHSS support an additional 6 young adults live independently and thrive in the community. The vision and perspective of individuals and families has helped to shape the design, development, and delivery of these services, and you have been important partners in the planning process. Collaborating with patients and families to continuously improve planning and delivery of quality care is of utmost importance at Ontario Health. And PHSS is a perfect example of how this collaboration directly helps to ensure the best possible care for individuals living with complex medical needs in our communities. On behalf of Ontario Health, I would like to thank the Minister of Health and her team for their leadership and working with our organization and community-based partners. And a huge thank you to the individuals and families for their ongoing advocacy to move forward our shared goal of transforming care with the person at the center and ensuring that they receive the absolute best care. Thank you.
Thank you, Ren. And she has just been my superhero through helping us through all of this. And it's just all token of appreciation and remembrance.
I lost my mask.
I'm now very pleased also to invite Claire McCabe, the Interim Vice President of Home and Community Care Support Services for Champlain. Home and Community Care has been a incredible partner with us through the years, and we are delighted that we have representation here today.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to PHSS Medical and Complex Care and Community for having me here today. My name is Claire McCabe, Interim Vice President of Home and Community Care Support Services, Champlain. I'm actually here on behalf of Cynthia Martineau, our CEO of all 14 Home and Community Care Support Service organizations across Ontario. Cynthia had a prior commitment, but she really wanted to be here today as she knows the important role that supportive housing plays in creating a home-like setting for people with complex care needs so they can live full lives in the community. We celebrate with you your program's expansion in Ottawa and are delighted to be here with you today at your Ottawa open house. Our organizations share the crucial role of providing home and community-based supports, serving patients with a variety of healthcare needs. Home and Community Care Support Services' mission is helping everyone to be healthier at home through connected, accessible, patient-centered care. We are here to help patients, their families, and caregivers with a vision to provide exceptional care wherever people call home. We achieve our mission and our vision through living our values, including collaboration, which is what today is really all about. Together, we embrace inclusion, teamwork, and partnerships to realize our full potential. We are grateful to be part of a strong network of collaboration with our community partners like community paramedics, community support services, and agencies like PHSS. These partnerships empower us to provide better connected and accessible care to individuals we serve and support, which ultimately strengthens our communities. PHSS, we welcome you into Ottawa's community partner fold, and we look forward to collaborating with you. Congratulations again, and thank you for having us.
Members of the day.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. Hold it up.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank other guests, our MPPs, city councillors, who again are vital to the work that we do, and we appreciate their presence with us. Thank you. Since our early visits to Ottawa, we had the great privilege of meeting Joy and Mike Taberge. Joy from Taberge Homes and Mike from Taberge Custom. They've been strong supporters of PHSS, from assistance with navigating the Ottawa housing market to all of the renovations you see here today. We're proud to call Joy and Mike partners to the organization. I would like to call on Jeremy and Mike to come forward. Just a little token of the appreciation that as partners that you have been with us and will continue to be with us, I hope. Thank you.
Sorry. I know I will.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, get back here in your picture.
Well, I tried.
You know. 35 years ago, we were asked by families to travel on a journey with them. A journey to create a support system that would see their sons and daughters with the most complex of conditions to live well in their local communities. and close to their families and friends. Who could have imagined that 35 years later, we would be standing here today as we continue this journey? With all levels of government, federal, provincial, municipal, with our ministries, the Ministry of Children's, Community and Social Services, and the Ministry of Health, our healthcare partners, hospitals, our primary care partners, other community organizations, and of course, our business partners like Mike and Joey DeBerge. Working together as partners in collaboration and co-creation, we demonstrate that collectively we can support our most vulnerable citizens in communities across this province to live well and happy lives supported by family and friends. There is still much work to be done, and this journey continues. I will now call on Lisa Mills to do some closing remarks.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today, for the time that you've taken out of your busy schedules. We know this is a particularly busy time of year and very much appreciate that. Knowing that there still is a very significant demand for more in-community supports for people with complex medical needs, PHSS is looking forward to continuing to adapt and expand to further meet the needs of individuals and families in the Ottawa area. In London, there is an event that is called Laudable Londoners that is held every year where a London native is celebrated. And it's an event designed to provide some fundraising and awareness for PHSS. And I'm thinking we should do one in Ottawa. So everybody get your thinking caps on. What do we call it, first of all? And then who should we celebrate? So any ideas, please let me know. So just to cap off today, you are invited to visit the other 3 homes in Ottawa. If you would like to do that, maps and addresses for those homes are available inside. And so just in conclusion, on behalf of PHSS, the people we serve, their families, our staff, we really appreciate you joining us here today. And we look forward to many happy gatherings in the future. So have a wonderful day, everyone. And for those of you who are touring, please drive safely.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, everyone. We have coffee and snacks inside. Please join us and tour this beautiful home if you have time. Thanks so much.